does.
Is it?
Yeah. So you just got to kind of make the most of it, really.
Okay. Man, he's like I said, it's an interesting beef, but
so
Stomzy just needs to stick to what he's doing because man can rap, can sing. Wiley can. Sorry. Stormzy can sing. Have you heard him singing on this album? Like, yeah. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for the kid. He's doing his thing, man.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. Next,
what's the conclusion of Megan, by the way?
Oh, right.
Yeah, we got.
We went round and a few tumps at other people. So.
No, I'm not tump. No, that's
so
not.
My conclusion with Megan is that I think she's. I don't love her. I don't hate her. I think she's just a normal woman who wants as much of a normal life as possible, and I think she's got the right to want to step aside. And I feel like Harry said a statement, something along the lines of he was referring to his mum, I think, and you guys must have heard it. He said, "If you knew what I knew, you'd want out as well. You wouldn't want to stay here."
Oh wow, okay.
So to me, like obviously that's all inference and everything like that, but to me that says that he doesn't feel safe. He doesn't feel that his wife and kids are safe in that family. So he wants out. And I feel like the media coverage, the reason it's been so negative is because they don't like that. They don't like progressive people. And let's be honest, Harry himself has always been much more progressive than the rest of them.
That's the thing, mate. It's like a lot of this has been...
Sorry.
A lot...
Business call. Sorry. Okay.
A lot of this has been skewed from what I'm reading. It's all Meghan's fault.
Yes.
It takes two to tango.
Exactly.
And it could have been him who says, I want different for my family.
Harry's got out of this pretty much scot-free.
Exactly.
All of the, like, devout, passionate royalists.
Scarlet American woman.
But you know what?
Exactly.
How dare she?
I find it pretty...
It's that tone, isn't it? How dare she?
Yeah.
But take our prince away from us. She's infiltrating. She's taking away our prince. How dare this woke woman do this?
But why do they keep? Why is the narrative that she made that decision? What evidence has there ever been to make you think that Meg made this decision for them to step out of the royal house?
Because she's an outsider, she's black.
So
what Andrew's been up to, man.
Anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
Is it time for a little bit of Love Island, chat boys?
You know what? I haven't. You know,
you haven't been watching Love Island.
I haven't been watching Love Island. Yeah. You know, I've caught glimpses of it, and I've seen some foolishness and some tomfoolery and some all kinds of stuff that happens on Love Island, and I'm not gonna get addicted to that again. That was last summer, and I'm not doing it across
I'm so
my
glad
winter.
to hear that. Actually,
what's that?
That you're gone. You're not doing it anymore.
I'm not doing it. No, thank you. I'm not doing it. I saw some clips, and you get the memes. So hopefully these memes that I keep getting, whether it be on Twitter or whether it be on Insta or whether it be just through WhatsApp, doesn't pull me back in because I fought my way out of Love Island. I fought. I'm done.
There must be something about Love Island which is so, I don't know, hits a sweet spot with some people. Because doing the day job, right? There was a group of people who stopped work for about, I was timing it on my watch, right? 40 minutes. They stopped work. You know that water cooler meme? It literally was. They had water, like they were gathering. One person started talking about Love Island, Winter Love Island, it's called. Yeah. And then another one came, and then there was about 6 people talking about it for 40 minutes.
I'm not doing
and I'm thinking, how unproductive is this workplace?
Can you imagine? It's bad. You know the worst.
And then they decided they were going to play like some Love Island game as a group of people.
Game?
No,
they were going to set tasks or based on what people did, and I was like, wow.
Look,
that's investment.
No. Investment is when you actually pick up your phone and vote. I met someone that actually does vote. £1.50 every single time to vote for someone to stay in on to go out, and she doesn't. I was like, that's different. I understand addiction. Yeah. You're investing. You're putting money. You're taking money out of your pocket and putting it into Love Island.
That's like, literally invested.
Do you know what it makes me? As a freelancer,
I actually lost it.
As a freelancer, I have to insure myself. Yeah, that £1 is my insurance for myself.
Now, you have to understand? She probably makes 3 to 5 votes a week.
Wow,
a week. 150 a go. Jesus, nah, man. I'll have coffee for that.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? But that's the thing. When you all right,
that's so frivolous.
Yeah, but it
adds up.
I know it adds up.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
About like generally what? Because obviously I've kind of dipped into it, but for a long time I've been hearing on Twitter and social media that the pressures of the black people in the villa or house or whatever, to be together with each other. Yeah. Is that like a real thing? Like, how do you think that goes down? Because
well, you know what? Like, because I haven't seen, I know that there are a number of. There's a significant number of more black people this time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
from what I understand.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's about 3 or 4.
Yeah,
and I remember when in the summer one there was 2. Yolanda was in there, and then that mixed race boy Danny came in, and there was a pressure for him to get with her. And then I was even at one point there was this weird kind of pressure for her to get with OVA, and I remember thinking like, there's no way that would work. Like, but people were like. Trying to no, the conversation was just like, it was ludicrous. Like, no, but I can imagine there is now, because I think as in some of my groups we mentioned, Black Twitter wants what Black Twitter wants, Black Twitter gets. So they are talking about it. They're trying to hook up our dancer. I'm just gonna call him the Ghanaian dancer. People who watch Love Island know what I mean. And
Ghanaian dance.
Yeah. Okay. There's a black guy that was twerking. Let's not go into it.
What this series or
yes, this series. Yes. Exactly. See, this is why I won't get into it.
He was literally twerking as he moved, wiggling his bum.
I'm not joking. I'm not even.
What other twerking have you been doing?
Exactly. Unless you know something else. I'm really like.
I'm trying to give a visual picture here.
And
he was
clearly,
sat and he was like wiggling his bum to a rhythm.
I'm literally saying there was a black guy in a swimming costume. So I'm certain it was a thong. I'm just trying to unsee the memory. But yeah, twerking.
Equal opportunity.
No!
Don't be sexist. Equal opportunities.
Mate,
black men can twerk.
Okay, move on, please. That's just the sound of that, and the thought of it is making me feel ill. Can we move on?
Ain't no black men twerking in this room. Let's just say that.
That should be the title of this episode. Black men can twerk.
That's how you get the clickbaits, man.
That's true.
This is the Beats and Balls Show.
Okay, moving on. Right. Look, seriously, I want to talk about football. Let's talk football.
Yes.
Trust me. Okay,
yes.
You know what? I know for our fans, like, I'm not talking about my favorite team, Arsenal, because we could have a long debate about Arsenal. However, we're going to be talking about VAR.
It won't be that long.
This Liverpool fan is talking. Why does he keep talking?
He thinks he runs the place.
It's true. Let me leave him. VAR. I think it's disingenuous to football. That's what I was trying to say.
In what way? Explain.
It robs us of the game. It robs up the stops to go and check it, and then all of a sudden, even this season, they even went back and did something where the VAR is now checked not by the ref but the guys in the room, but the decision really should be made by the ref that's on the pitch. And I remember thinking and then they changed it within a week in the same league.
But there's a reason why. Anyway.
Oh, go on. We're talking about VAR.
Yeah, but the reason why video-assisted refereeing was introduced in the first place.
No, I thought it was introduced for offsides.
I think
I thought that was the entire reason.
So I can point out.
Okay, go on.
Factual why video-assisted referee, what it's there to do.
Okay, go on.
So it's there to. Where are we?
No, man came with notes. You know, sorry.
No, I did. So
I didn't know there was research involved in this.
You gotta know your stuff,
I'm a proper producer.
All right, sorry.
So VAR is there to help with clear and obvious errors. Right?
Okay.
So the things it can help with. So it intervenes in the course of the game when the officials have made a clear and obvious error.
Okay.
The key areas are goals.
Okay.
Offside.
Okay.
Penalties.
Yeah.
And straight red cards.
Okay.
Mistaken identity.
Okay.
So let's go through that.
Yeah.
It's ruining goals. It's definitely ruining goals for me.
Okay. So, but don't you think there needs to be? My question is VAR untenable, or can it progress and can we make something of it?
I think if they review that list, yeah, Mr. Chris, if they review that list, maybe it can be better. But certain things should go to the video assistant referee in another room, and certain things should be a whisper to the ref to say, you review that, not we review that.
Yeah. See,
But
my
how
problem
is the referee going to do that?
Because there's now a new screen on the pitch.
That's never
No,
been used.
in the Premiership, they have made a
Introduce that.
decision not to encourage the referees to look at the screens, to trust the people upstairs making those.
Yeah, but then
no.
I think that just takes too much power away from the referees,
Exactly.
and I think it needs to be more of a teamwork. It's like, okay, you're the referee on the pitch, we're the referees looking at the same game as you. Let's work together and make it as seamless and correct.
Case in
possible.
point, guys. Case in point. Yeah, there was a game, Arsenal game recently. It was where Aubameyang got sent off.
The red card.
The
yeah.
red card against Aubameyang. That was not a red card.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Listen, in the line.
So these things are
It was a red card.
It was not a red
these
card.
things are debatable.
It was not.
Okay,
It was
okay.
not dangerous, and it wasn't uncontrolled. It was basically in the frame of time when you see it. Yeah, you in the full flow of it.
It was definitely
it's
dangerous.
not. It wasn't
It was
dangerous. He
dangerous.
went for a tackle.
It wasn't out of control, but it was dangerous.
That guy.
That means every tackle is dangerous. You go for the ball. He was going for the ball. You can 110% say that Aubameyang was going for the ball. He was not going for the play. If you look at it
No,
in,
but
in
you can't
full
say
time-
that on any tackle.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the thing. But they now determined the reason of the red card being that it was a
But
wild and
I
dangerous challenge.
I believe-
Because the referee may have missed how dangerous it was.
I believe, has it not always been a rule that if your studs are showing and you make contact with the leg, it's a red card?
No. Like, how can that possibly be? 50% of tackles are literally that.
No, but they're not though.
What do you
Because
mean?
the studs are down. It's like the foot is pointing like that way.
Okay.
And if I come in like that onto your leg,
Like that is what?
like with my studs up
he's
straight
saying
into your
studs
shin.
up. But if I'm coming around the side like that, like this, I'm coming for because with football you're running and you're gonna come out and a tackle like
But you're
this.
gonna point your toes.
Exactly. Just get the ball. Let's say it's going to come into. Well, hopefully it's not a slide tackle. But
the-
you know what I mean?
the-
There's different ways of looking at it. I'm
but-
just
but
saying.
Before those things, before you had VAR, you were putting a lot of responsibility on the referees to make those decisions, and
Yeah.
people weren't always happy that the referee had made that decision.
Okay, right.
But now,
okay.
I think the referees are too lazy, and I personally think that it was brought in because the refs weren't good enough, and it's making the refs worse. Because now, like you say, they are too scared to make a decision. They would rather let the play go, even if they spotted something. I think they would rather let the play go, take it to the video, and just make sure. And I think that's, if anything is ruining the game, I think it's that part of it.
But I still don't like the fact he stops. Okay, there's some things when it comes to like offsides. Some of the decisions which are now crossing off good goals is really I don't like it because now if I'm leaning past the defender, as a good striker, my run is always going to be before the defender actually realizes what I'm
exactly.
doing. Yeah,
So you're going to be on
if
the
my
move.
my lean is always going to be a little. But if my feet are planted behind him, but I'm leaning for that's offside. How does that?
So I'm going to go back to the facts. That offside, according to the rules of the game, which VR can only interpret. It's not VR hasn't invented something.
Remember, VAR doesn't have its own set of rules.
Doesn't have its set of
It
rules.
just applies.
It's just applying the rule.
Okay, what is the rule of the offside?
Rule
rule?
is offside is offside. If you're
Brexit
any
means
way,
Brexit.
if you're any way in front, if you're any way in front of the defender, you're offside. It's like that. It's that rule that you can't be. It's understanding you can't be half pregnant. You either are or you're not.
It's a very annoying rule. It's like this. It's like the new handball rule. If the ball hits the,
I fucking love it. Sorry.
it's like the new handball rule. Everyone's going in at VAR because if the ball hits an attacker's hand in the build up to a goal, the goal is chalked off, and everyone's saying that's VAR's fault. But that rule was brought in at the same time as VAR. So
And that rule has been, and VR is just applying the rule. That rule was brought in. So if you go back to the Champions League final last year, when Sissoko the ball was hit, the ball was hit against his hand. It was given as a penalty. He was screaming, "I wasn't," and it was like, that's handball because your hand was not in a natural position. It would be. and your hand went towards the ball.